What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. I'm a mother as well as a makeup lover. Of course, this is the vibe today. I went into my handy dandy little bag of shimmers that I have yet to try, and this was the one I pulled out. I have a bunch of Timaree, like different types of formula, like pigments, flakes, her extreme shards, her regular shards, the Holo, what is this one? Holo 22. This is the extreme shard. So I pulled this out of my bag and I was like, you know what? This is giving me Carnival Interstellar vibes. So that's the palette that I pulled out today to go with the pigment, and this is the look that I created. I'm loving this series. I'm having so much fun using all of these shimmers up. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be doing my eyes as well as my base in today's video. I wanted to use the Lancome foundation again. I'm trying to figure out how to mix it to match my skin tone better. We're not going to talk about that. But I think the foundation is beautiful. I think I just need a different shade, personally. Don't forget to stay tuned until the very end of the video where I'll do an up close of my eyeshadow for you guys. That way you can see the true beauty of the blend. And if you're curious about the products that I used to achieve this makeup and how I did it, you're definitely going to want to keep on watching. Another day, another shimmer. This is the one I picked today. This is the look I created. So obsessed. Okay. First things first, gonna prime my eyelids. I'm starting with the black shade Dark Side, just on this small little doe color pencil brush. And I'm gonna put this like right in my crease. I'm gonna kind of map out my shape that I want. Just like this. I know I never start with black because it's such a scary color to just jump right into right off bat. But the trick is to lay the shade down and then just soften the edges a little bit for the next color. I'm gonna take the same brush and shade Conspiracy right here. I'm gonna try to keep this as close to this black as possible, but I'm gonna just start buffing the black out. I'm also gonna take this shade in a little bit further on the inner and outer corner. Something like that. And then, oops. The next shade I'm gonna be taking is on a Blend Bunny B3 brush. I'm gonna take shade Comet. I'm actually going to take the next two shades on this same brush. I'm really just focusing on very lightly blending everything upwards. I'm trying to keep everything pretty tight since I am using so many colors. I want to make sure that it's a nice, pretty blend. Next, I'm taking shade From Mars. This shade is so super pigmented, super pumpkin orange. So I'm going to try to just take a little bit of it as to not overpower that pink too much. Something like this. It doesn't look too hot, but we're going to go back and blend. Last shade is this peach shade right here, Classified. I'm taking it on a fluffy brush. And I'm going to buff that last shade out. Blend, blend, blend. Now, starting back with black and going through all of my colors to re-intensify everything. It doesn't look too hot, but once I cut the crease, like, it looks much better. I'm going to take my P.Louise cut cover, cut the crease, and then lay down the P.Louise blank canvas after I do that. Once I have that P.Louise blank canvas laid down, I'm just going to take a little bit of foundation powder on a fluffy brush and just set, like, I'm going to do a smoky wing liner, so everything else could be set down. This is what that looks like, nice and cut. I'm now going to take a liner brush. This is just a beauty brush. I'm going to take the exact same shades I used on top and do a smoky wing liner. I'm not going to worry too much about like, I'm just gonna go straight and then I'll take a wipe and like clean it up, or you could just pop some tape if that's easier for you. But I'm starting with shade Dark Side. Starting off with a little wing. And then this is shade Conspiracy. Same thing like how I did on top. I'm going to take the inner and outer edges a little bit further than the last. Ta-da! I'm going to take shade Mercury. This one right here. My inner corner. Yeah, what, Theo? Just something like this. Just like real messy on the inner corner. Yeah, babe. This is the Timaree Cosmetic Pigment, or these are the Extreme Shards in the shade Holo 22. That's the liner that I got going on my lid, which it's all shifty. One of the more dominant shades to me is red, so that's why I kind of have like the fiery blend going on. Excuse me. So these are flakes. I'm gonna take my lash glue and draw my line. So again, these are flakes. They're gonna be messy. I'm gonna wet my brush. You could use water if you're not gross like me, but I'm just gonna make sure the brush is a little bit tacky, so I can pick up those flakes on the brush. I'm just using a little flat brush, and I'm gonna stamp it on that glue. Now that the glue is completely set down, you could feel, because like my brush isn't sticking, like you could hear it and you could kind of feel it a little bit when it's like sticky, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain, right? It's like a texture thing, but you see all the flakes across my face. First things first, I'm gonna take a fan. Anything that's loose will come off a little bit. I'm gonna take a brush to dust off on my skin. And then any of those really stubborn flecks, and get a spoolie. I'm gonna take these Cavalli Lashes in the style Maxi, which is what this is. Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. My husband's little sister, one of her friends went to a meet and greet, and she actually met with Jeffree Star, and they got like a bunch of goodies and stuff. Well, she brought me over a few things, and I was actually really curious to try this out. Now hear me out. This is the concealer in the shade Lavender. It's literally a purple freaking concealer. I did not purchase this with my own money, but I did want to try it and see like the brightness under my eyes, you know? So I've actually never tried his concealer formula. So I'm just gonna put this right here, just like right in my dark circles. See what that does. I'm very curious actually. I'm gonna take a little brush. I wanted to use this Lancome foundation again. I wanted to mix it up a little bit better, try to get to match my skin tone better. I'm gonna be using both the blue and the white LA Girl Pro pigments to like mix the foundation. So I'm just gonna do 2 little pumps of that. Do you see how dark that is and like warm? For the warmth, a smidge of the blue. And then for the darkness, a smidge of the white. It's not quite right, but I can make it work. So I'll tell you this, guys. This foundation does feel really good though. Like texture-wise, it doesn't feel like greasy or oily or like super thick. I feel like I want this to be pinker. I feel like that's the problem, is that like I made it a little bit too light when I want it to be pinker. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. Like, I'm definitely more pink. This is more like... I'm going to be taking a mix of the Fine Art Beauty Concealer shade 35. I'm only going to put a touch of this because I know this is super pigmented. So I'm literally just going to dot it around like this. And then I'm going to mix it with my contour cake.
Mom,
yeah.
a monkey.
Oh, it's a monkey. How cool.
Look, it's a ouchie.
Oh, that's a gorilla.
I know, wait for this.
Oh, he got an ouchie.
Yeah, ouchie.
Oh no. Poor gorilla. I just feel like that's such a nice color for me when I mix my contour with my bronzer. Now I'm going to take my Huda Beauty concealer. Yeah, babe. Moment of truth. If this is going to cover the purple. Covered it good. For my cream blush, I'm going to take the Pink Honey X Cariad. This is no longer available, but this is the one I'm going to take today. I'm going to set my face with the Juvia's Place foundation. Oops. This came out. Now I'm going to take the Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer. I'm going to take the Juvia's Place Blush Volume 4. I'm just going to go in with a touch of this and majority of the bottom shade. For my highlighter today, I'm going to take this Makeup Revolution one. Yeah, babe. Wow, that is a tiger. So cool.
Oh, monkey. It's a monkey.
Yup, that's a monkey. That sure is a monkey. And here we have the completed look. Yes, babe. What do we think? I personally was going for like galactic vibes. The shimmer is just was giving me Interstellar, and that's exactly why I picked the Interstellar palette. And I mean, I think this is super duper pretty. I'm happy with it. I wanted to kind of keep the same colored vibes. I went in with the Nabi Lip Pencil in the shade Mauve and the Unearthly Gloss in the shade Ripe. First things first, I do want to say, I think the lavender definitely helped conceal my eye, like under eye circles, a lot better. I definitely want to experiment with it a little bit more, but I probably won't be showcasing it on my channel. So if you guys are curious about any updates, just leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer any questions that you might have. But I was just curious to see if like my full glam would cover the lavender, and it did. Like, it looks so pretty. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with it. Yeah, babe. Other than that, I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you like me and if you like my content. Without further ado, we're going to go right on ahead. Roll the clip.